They have the dancers, the prancers with a glint in the eye and a ready smile. We have grimness and bile as the war zone awaits. 8 bots to the slaughter!
Let the wars begin!
Welcome to Heat Eye Robot Wars, a slam, bam! Thank you, ma'am! Punishment party!
Definitely got wrecked a bit this morning.
Some will spin to win, others will be counted out in the war zone of terror!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Welcome to Robot Wars. And casting a dark cloud over the opposition tonight is Storm 2, winner of the Robot Wars New Blood Championship. And that was for one brand new robot with no fighting experience to win instant qualification to this, the 7th Wars. So, you've seen Storm 2 in action. Do you think they've got a chance against the big boys? It's a tough initiation ahead. So, let the wars begin.
Storm 2 seeded 16 but given a stiff task in our opening battle. 4 rampaging robotic mashing machines bashing and trashing. Then 4 more hit the arena floor, all tubes firing. Only 1 survives the heat to make the series semi-finals.
From Great Dunmow in Essex, Mayhem.
Newcomers to Robot Wars could find it hard to live up to their name.
This is your first Wars then, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So what are you looking forward to in your first Wars?
Getting through the first battle.
Do you think you're gonna?
We didn't come here to lose.
Tell me a little bit about the machine. What does it do?
Right, it's got extremely strong armour on the top, and it's got this huge, great disc.
Spinning disc.
Yeah, 16 kilos, 2,000 RPM. It's going to do some damage.
They say the rear-mounted wheels and high ground clearance make this robot hard to get hold of and the awesome weapon will cause severe damage. I say the wheels are exposed and the team lacks experience.
From Birstall in Leicestershire, Rhino.
Could leave more experienced machines on the horn of a dilemma.
3 lads, 1 robot. It looks like a Rhino. What's going on?
Well, we thought we'd build something a bit different this year. We've done it a few times now. We thought, well, let's build something that actually looks like something instead of a box on wheels.
And what does it do? What's your weaponry?
High pressure front flipper and a 2,500 RPM flywheel on the back.
Sounds like it could do some damage.
We're hoping. It's not been tested yet. It works, but what sort of damage it does, we don't know. But the flipper works well.
4-wheel drive, flipper at the front, 2,000 RPM spinning disc at the back. Destructive, yes, but the self-righting doesn't always work, and the driver needs more practice. They could be here to learn.
From Ipswich in Suffolk and number 16 seed, Storm 2.
What a fairy story it will be if these, the New Blood champions, could make it all the way.
Your robot is so pristine. It is the cleanest, most beautiful robot I have seen. Can we get a close-up of this robot? I mean, the wheels, that looks like sellotape. Surely it's not.
It's not sellotape, it's not sellotape. It's got a very technical name, but it's not sellotape.
What's the technical name?
It's
Go
called
on.
65 Chauvel Column.
Sticky tape. 2 8.8 horsepower motors produce very quick 23-mile-an-hour top speeds, interchangeable active weapons. Hard to control at times, so difficult to stop here, I think, though.
From Wallington in Surrey, Supernova.
Reached the heat finals in the last wars before imploding.
Now, what weaponry do you have to go through to the 7th Wars?
Well, we've got this huge spinning disc, spinning at 2,500 RPM.
That is fast.
It is fast.
That is fast and fierce. Not only has it got a spinning disc, but it does have sharp hammerheads, and that could lift a robot if you catch it right, couldn't it?
You can tear a robot quite easily.
Tear a robot to smithereens.
Definitely.
What do you fear in the ring?
In the ring, we fear nobody.
Supernova, not only have they got a fierce robot here, but they're very confident. Let's see how they do.
Confidence, ha! We laugh at confidence. A low invertible robot, the spinning disc weapon, powerful, fast, thin armour though, could disappear into a black hole.
Roboteers, stand by.
To the teams then, on the left first of all, Rhino, captained by Russell Orton, and Mayhem, Richard and Alan Wenham. And then on the left-hand side, Storm 2, Ed Hoppett and Tim Benson, Supernova and the Belendron family on the right. In the arena for the house robots, Sir Kill-A-Lot and his long-time partner, Matilda. Not the cheat kiss and tell. Oh, go on then.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Storm 2, starting bottom right of your picture, trundling away to try and take on Rhino. The newcomers with a little bit of a nudge and a push, nothing more than that. There's the drive though, can get up to top speed. Storm 2 at 23 miles an hour and slamming Rhino onto the arena sidewall. There's a little bash of Mayhem. Oh! Torn to shreds, Mayhem straight away, turning into trouble. And one tyre ripped clean off, and Storm 2 under a little bit of pressure here from Rhino. Trying to get the horn in underneath Storm 2 and flick, but it's Rhino in peril. The Storm 2 drove it underneath. That's the end of Mayhem. Tyre off, distressed, about to be retired, I think. Retired into oblivion. Rhino again, shoved by Storm 2 into the CPZ. That means he's Matilda's to play with. And look at that, the side of the arena itself buckling and torn away. The countdown to the end of Mayhem's dream. Splendid name, but I didn't think they'd be able to live up to it. And the one big shove. And they could never really get that 16 kilo, 2,000 RPM weaponry into action. Supernova, similar machine in many ways, bigger, slightly heavier. In underneath Rhino. Rhino been lifted there by Storm 2. You've seen the Storm 2 team, Ed Hoppett and Tim Benson there. And that's the end of Mayhem. There's Sir Kill-A-Lot. Oh, nuts and bolts and shards of metal coming off as Sir Kill-A-Lot positioned it on the floor. Flipper. Oh, again, look at the power of the drive. Poor old Mayhem's getting terrible punishment out there. There's a track come off. Is that Kill-A-Lot? Yes, it is. Kill-A-Lot's track has come off. Mayhem thrust through the air, bounced out, nuts and bolts coming off, and then look at this, into Sir Kill-A-Lot, and that is when the damage was caused. Storm 2 driving Supernova into Kill-A-Lot, off came the track. We're seeing once again punishment for Mayhem. A little tyre rolling across the arena in the distance there, behind the Mayhem team. They are relentless, the house robots. Terrifying. Now, can the Rhino team survive? Oh, I don't think Supernova will. Storm 2 gets up a full head of steam, lifts and drives across the arena floor. And very few robots in this heat, let alone this battle. And I think in this series of Robot Wars will survive this machine, Storm 2, on what I've seen already. Supernova certainly didn't. They just slammed them. Slam them into a wall. The blade is spinning, but there is no forward momentum. Supernova from the 1 horsepower, 750-watt motor, and the little pirouette from Storm 2. Rhino just about moving. Supernova counted out. I'm not too sure how fit Rhino will be to fight on. Supernova gone. Storm 2 worthy winners.
From Matilda, Storm 2 and Rhino, they're through to the next round. Join me after the break for more Metal Mayhem on Robot Wars.
Coming up, Craig, 4 lean, keen fighting machines, Subversion and Trax, Shredder Evolution and Steel Avenger. Very experienced in the art of survival over the years. One big question, why has it never really succeeded? More questions after the break. Welcome back to Heat Eye of Robot Wars, the 7th Wars, where Storm 2 has already seen off Mayhem and Supernova 2. With a little bit of help from its friends.
Welcome Welcome back to Robot Wars and the second fight of the night. 4 new robots. Only 2 can survive.
From Leamington Spa in Warwickshire, Shredder Evolution.
Fighting in their 4th wars, this team has never escaped the heats, though.
So is this a record deck? You're going to have a bit of a 1s and 2s match out
No,
there,
it's
are
not
you?
a record deck.
What does your machine do?
Cuts, slices, runs both ways up, very fast.
So it's 2 spinning discs.
2 spinning this, counter-rotating. So you've got that one going that way, the other one going the other way.
That sounds pretty evil.
It's evil enough.
10 kilograms spinning discs at 1500 RPM. They do look menacing. It is built like a brick. Those tyres, though, dreadfully exposed to shredding.
From Mablethorpe in Lincolnshire, Trax.
Something of a rarity these days, a tracked robot.
This is the 7th Wars. What
Yep.
sort of a machine have you brought to the 7th Wars?
Tank.
You have brought a tank. No, you have
Called
brought...
Trax. It's got Trax on it, obviously.
Caterpillar Trax. There's not many robots have got these. Why have you put these on?
We're hoping for the grip. A lot of superior pushing power to get the robots up onto the front hinge flipper.
Yeah, because when I first saw this, I thought it was an axe. But just describe what it does.
Well, the robots will actually, because there's a lot of power on the tracks, we'll scoop the robots up on there. That will fire forward and throw them away.
In theory.
In theory, yes. Working's a different matter, and it's his first time. It hasn't been run before, so good introduction.
Tracks mean traction, mean power. The flipper's rack and pinion, unique, I think. The flipper and axe weaponry interchangeable, could be a surprise.
From Argyll and Bute in Scotland, Subversion 1.1.
Will this plumb the depths or torpedo the rest?
Jimmy's well up for it. You want to get this machine trashed? Yes? In which way would you like?
Probably for it to, the plastic to go on fire and maybe the action man to get hit by an axe.
So you'd like the body to go on fire,
Aye.
an action man to get hit by an axe. I'm sure we can sort something out for you.
Okay.
Good luck in that arena.
Has a mini sub, rocket launcher, water cannon and smoke discharger, but more seriously, a pneumatic front spike and rear kinetic tail cutter. Self-righting, thin armour though at the aft end. Hopes good. Dive, dive, dive!
From Colchester in Essex, Steel Avenger.
Very well engineered. I think unlucky not to be seeded.
Right. What is going on here?
Well, that's a good question. We thought we were coming here this year with a new robot, and this is our old machine, which is 4 years old now. We thought, well, what the heck, let's come and have some fun, so we got it out of retirement. So here we are again, so we'll just see how we get on this year.
So here you are again, 4 years old, the robot. Is it going to cope with the new technology and the hardness of this year's 7th Wars?
Well, we might do. It's as tough as old boots, this thing. It's been kicked around, it's been flying through the air from Cales 2. You know, it stands a good chance of getting somewhere.
Extremely tough, experience from 3 previous wars, 2-wheel drive, polycarb steel and aluminium armour, plus the big axe. But it does have a high ground clearance of 1 centimetre.
Roboteers, stand by.
To the teams then, Shredder Evolution, captained by Paul Hunt on the left, Chris Organ driving Trax on the right, captained by Shane Swan, he's driving, and across to Subversion. On the left-hand side, Jamie Walker's the weapons operator, only 10, and Steel Avenger on the right-hand side, the Willoughby family. In the arena for the house robots, we have Dead Metal, and we also have the Sergeant. Attention, everyone.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, you can't beat a good oldie, Steel Avenger. There's the Nippers, Trax, and Subversion do battle. And also, right in the thick of things early on, the tape machine, Shredder Evolution, get that one on tape. Oh, look at the speed of it! As it comes hurtling out up to 25 miles an hour. Nothing as fast as that in the heat, and already a slice out of the mini-sub. So that's been damaged. Steel Avenger has the mighty axe down, and you've seen there the flipper straight away of Trax. Steel Avenger can self-right. John Willoughby at the controls. A software developer by Trey. And Shredder Evolution biting in again. Do you see the little jab of the Subversion front spike, the pneumatic front spike? The axe of Steel Avenger has caught hold of Shredder Evolution. I thought those tyres always looked exposed. Trax could thrust the sub out here. Didn't work, that mechanism. Action Man still, aye sir, he's all right. The old crow's nest there. Shredder Evolution almost on fire, and Subversion nearly diving to Davy Jones' locker. Shredder Evolution still on the flames. Damage being caused there, perhaps to the electronics inside. 24 volt 4.5 horsepower per wheel in Shredder Evolution. Is it still alive to fight? I'm not too sure. Steel Avenger has a shove. I don't think Shredder Evolution's okay. I think they're in major peril. Subversion with a little shove, and that's part of Subversion coming flying off. They got too near the blades of Shredder Evolution. So Shredder is still okay. At the controls, you can see up there Chris Organ driving, Paul Hunt and Sam Jones in the team with him. And their little flick of Trax's mechanism. But once again, Steel Avenger's self-right, using the side arms to do so. Been around a long time, Steel Avenger. Robot Wars 3, 4 and 5. Beat a couple of times by Chaos 2 in its history. Chaos 2, a former champion. Good pedigree then. Durability, all four of them have shown that. I was worried about Shredder Evolution for a while, but it's come back strongly. Subversion has gone down just before Cease was called. What a shame. The judges will have to decide which two go through for the remaining three. The Submariners have gone. They're marking on star control damage and aggression. Steel Avenger showing good start at self-right, then aggressive. That will count in its favour. Shredder Evolution took punishment. Good aggression from Trax 2 on Subversion. We did so well to stay on in there. I think this will count against Shredder Evolution. May well do so. Down went the sub. Close between the other three, though.
Well, the judges have made their decision. Controversy reigns again on Robot Wars. What are you thinking? They've gone for Trax and Steel Avenger!
The spell over the flames did it for Shredder Evolution. They're out with Subversion, Trax and Steel Avenger through to our second round tonight. Let's see how they'll line up then. Well, Steel Avenger will meet Rhino and Trax will be up against Storm 2, fast emerging as the heat favourites.
Now, this machine is more of a rammer.
Yes.
Is that true?
Very much so. We originally called it a full-body hammer. Along the lines of the full-body spinners, we just have so much power to push.
Exactly how much power are we talking about when you say?
On the drive, we've got 18 horsepower.
That's up there with Tornado, isn't it?
It's higher than Tornado.
It is, they're 70.
They're about 7 to 8 horsepower.
You going to win?
Hopefully.
You winning?
Yep.
Winning?
Probably.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we're underdogs, aren't we? So at least we're underdogs this time. If we can get a bit of grip out there, we stand a chance. I mean, they're a bit quicker.
Now, you do have the Trax.
Yep.
We don't see many robots with this. Why
No.
did you design Trax on this particular one?
Because there isn't many robots with Trax. It's just different. We like it. So we just hope to hold up and get enough grip against them.
How much power you got? They've got 18 horsepower.
Yeah, we've got 8 horsepower.
So they're 10 horses more powerful than you.
Yeah, well, John Wayne had 10 horses too, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was, you know.
Muppet.
Right, okay.
Trax.
John Wayne, a Muppet. John Wayne had true grit. Wonder if Trax will live to rue those comments. Shane Swan, Andrew Shepherd, Paul Morton.
Storm 2.
They've got a cavalry more horsepower in there. Ed Hoppett, Tim Bentz, Merrill Collett.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots, Mr. Psycho takes no prisoners. Neither does Growler. Unruly.
3, 2, 1, activate.
This for a place in the heat final. Storm 2. Just trying to get side on to slam into Trax. Very clever manoeuvring there by the Storm 2 boys so they could get a side on slam and bang Trax into the arena side walls. Now, from the rear, causing major damage, I would imagine. No, Trax okay. Durable, sturdy. They're being pushed all over the shop here. This is a question surely of when, not if. Storm 2 using its lifting weapon, but as we've heard before, the main weaponry of Storm 2 in its great pushing power. Similar in many ways to Tornado, could even be stronger. Tentative this time, is it? No! Again, well planned, well manoeuvred, but Trax doing splendidly, simply to survive here. Shane Swan driving. You're only supposed to touch it. Down goes the pit. They've destroyed our pit release mechanism. Trax is on the floor flipper as well. Wants to get away from there. Pit, pit, pit. West Ham fan in there. You know all about descending into pits of despair from recent seasons. Storm 2, little lift on Trax. The sparks are flying. Well, I can only commend the durability of this machine. Its first experience in the war zone in Robot Wars. It may not win this one. It's tracked, it's different. Oh, goodness me, it was nearly suicidal. How about that hammer coming down? Still Trax away. Storm 2 can't finish them off. You really don't want to be that close in there to Mr. Psycho. The pit is descended. The seconds are ticking down. Trax goes skittering across the floor. He knew what he was doing. Trying to draw Storm 2 on, actually. Follow me, if you like. Follow me down to the pit. But Storm 2 is having none of it. It'll go to the judges. Surely a technicality. Very, very good fight, though. Good fun.
Well, a bruising encounter. Both robots still mobile. We're going to have to go to the judges. I know who I'd go for, but while they're making up their minds, let's review the highlights.
Style control, damage and aggression. That's what you're looking for. Aggression from Storm 2. Stylish. Aggression from Storm 2. No great damage sustained by Trax. Ooh. That was the major damage of that battle. I can't see where Trax is picking up any points here.
Well, judges have made their decision. You know the criteria by now. They've gone for Storm! I think that's a fair decision, really, isn't it?
It is. It was.
You took a bit of a battering, but great driving to stay out the pit and all that.
Well, you got to do your best, haven't you?
You've got to do your best.
It's a nice ring out there.
Yeah, you seem to be like skating a bit. Is there any advantage using Trax rather than wheels?
We hope so, but it doesn't appear to be.
You did seem to be sliding all over the place.
Yeah.
So where'd you go from here with the robot?
Make some improvements.
Yeah.
Come back next time.
Try and get some more traction on the tracks.
Well, all right, guys, go away, improve it, and we'll see you here another time, bigger and better. Yep. Let's hear it for Trax! You were the New Blood champions.
We were, yeah.
How does it compare being up against veteran robots? Robots forged in the heat of battle.
There's a lot more experience here at the moment, so whereas in the New Blood it was sort of everyone was at the same level of experience in the arena, we only have that New Blood experience to fall back on.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's more competitive, certainly.
Your Storm's a bit of a tornado, really, isn't it?
Well, we've made some changes. You kept going on at
box like Tornado,
It's a push box, but it's twice as fast, so we hit them into the walls a lot faster.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Storm! Join me after the break when we get down and dirty with more Metal Mayhem.
Still to come then, the second of our second round battles to see who'll fight Storm 2 in the heat final. Rhino against Steel Avenger as Chrome meets Dome, meets Psycho, meets Pain. are seeing a special robot in this heat. Storm 2, winner of the New Blood title, to earn direct entry and on the fast tracks to glory.
Welcome back to Robot Wars. It's been an incredible night to be around the war zone, and the best is yet to come.
Confirmation that Storm 2 is through to the Heat I final. They'll meet either Rhino or Steel Avenger.
Round 2, this is for a place in the final. It's Rhino versus Steel Avenger. It's getting very exciting now, lads. How you feeling?
Confident. We're going to do our best.
You're confident you're going to do your best? How much damage did you take in round 1?
It took a massive amount of damage. It took us a good few hours to cut all the body shell away, cut all the chassis away and rebuild it all.
Really?
Yeah, it definitely got wrecked a bit this morning.
But was that superficial damage only, or was it internal?
A little bit of internal, but mainly superficial.
But it's back up to speed and ready to
Yeah,
go in
it's
the
ready
ring?
to run again. Got some big plasters on it.
Have you got any plans you can tell me that you're going to do to Steel Avenger out there?
Just try and flip it out of the arena or something. Just get rid of it, see what happens.
Let's see what Steel Avenger's got to say. You're still in your bodysuits?
Yeah, still keeping warm.
How much damage did you take in round 1?
Not an awful lot. We got Shredder cut us up round the front, but Tony's handled the panels off, hammered it all flat, so we're all back together again.
You caused a lot of damage, I must admit.
Yeah, I thought we did better than maybe a few people thought we would, so I was quite pleased. I didn't think we'd be standing here now, ready to go into another round. I thought we'd be on our way home.
Well, you are standing here. This is round 2. This is for a place in the final. How are your nerves?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
Rhino.
How badly has it been damaged? The machine of Russell and Daniel Orton and Martin Crouch.
Steel Avenger.
Experienced, very, very durable. Machine of John and Jackie Willoughby and Tony Bates on the right.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the house robots, Growler once again with the bark that is as bad as its bite, and his owner, Mr. Psycho. What a picture.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Steel Avenger with the axe. They wanted to come into this series of Robot Wars with a new machine. They've gone with the old guard, and it's served them well so far. Down comes the little axe, just glancing really off the side of Rhino. That's better. That's punctured, left a hole in Rhino. Ooh, Growler yawned, a little bit sleepy. Won't miss another chance, I can tell you. Steel Avengers, axe hitting at thin air. And Rhino moving away, trying to again lift with that front horn. Steel Avengers wedged in underneath the Rhino horn, rendering it impotent, really. They're locked together. This is very close so far because Rhino's doing the pushing there. Steel Avenger turns away. Steel Avenger will try and work up some speed. Again, off comes the front blade of the pit release. Steel Avenger does get away, knowing that Rhino was close to the pit. Good movement away from that pit by Rhino. They were dangerously close to the edge. Steel Avenger was manoeuvring to have an onslaught, a charge to dump the Rhino into the pit. Now, where's the Rhino going here? Running away. We've seen very little out of that 2,000 RPM spinning disc. An axe blow from Steel Avenger. Compare the pace of this battle to the pace of Storm 2. The hammer blow missed. The axe blow didn't. Steel Avenger beginning now just to put points on the board. Should it go to a judge's decision? Hurtling after Rhino. The Rhino, very much an endangered species out there in the war zone. Down comes the axe once again. Pneumatic from Steel Avenger. Rhino's horn rises, but it couldn't flick Steel Avenger away. And again, they're very close to the pit. Oh dear, this time maybe, from the ref cam point of view. Rhino holding on. Steel Avenger with a gentle nudge. Oh, Steel Avenger nearly went straight on through and into the pit. What is that? That's not a weapon. There's some sort of fan out there. It's beginning to get a little speed up, but it's not going to do any good. It's just a question here of when Rhino goes down, isn't it? Could be here from behind, Steel Avenger. Rhino, great last bit of defence, but in they went in the end.
Cease.
One last flick of the tail, if you like, before they went down. You can't have the tail wagging the dog, says Steel Avenger.
Great fight. Great fight. Rhino consigned to the pit of oblivion. Steel Avenger, they go through to the heat final. Well, new boys on the block.
Yeah, we've been here before with a different robot, but we were hoping this one was better, but, you know, things failed. Unfortunately, the drives went.
I know there's a lot of gas coming out the bottom of it.
That's just the vent. That's just the vent for the flipper, but we lost the drive for the steering and that, so we couldn't move.
When you base a robot on an animal, only quite limited in its design.
Yeah, you are. I mean, we decided we wanted something that was animal-based, but it had got to be something that was an aggressive animal, so it was sort of an elephant or a hippo or a rhino, you know.
Yeah.
Other ones have been done before, and rhino's what we went for.
How long's this one been in the making?
400,
Nearly 500 hours.
500 hours?
About that, yeah.
And never made the heat final, but they're a good robot, but I mean, they're not a brilliant robot, are they?
Yeah, it's a good one. If it had been working right, we might have had a better chance, but we got a good beating in the first round, so...
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Rhino! Well, you hear me say you're a good robot, but you're not a brilliant robot.
No, that's fair comment.
But do you know why? Because you never improve it. You come back year after year at the same thing.
Well, it's the same old robot. I've got another one that's halfway complete, but I couldn't get it finished in time for this series.
Okay, so we've got a new robot for the next series, have we?
I hope so, yeah. SA2 that's going to be.
Yeah. You're through to the heat final. You think you can go further?
I don't know. There's still some tough robots.
There are lots of robots out there. What do you think the standard of the competition this year? It seems to have gone way up, doesn't it?
It's just shot up in leaps and bounds every year, and this year it's double the standard of last year. All the new entries are amazing.
But the standard's shooting up and you're standing still.
Oh, you haven't seen the new one, you see?
Yeah.
But we just got this out of retirement and thought we will come here and play. You know?
How do you think trusty old Steel Avenger will cope with this new standard of robot, though?
Well, I think we'll get stuck somewhere along the way, but I'm amazed it's got this far, you know.
Listen, guys. Good luck in the heat final. We hope you go as far as you possibly can. You're a great team, you're great sports. Let's hear it for Steel Avenger!
So Steel Avenger putting pay to Rhino, and they'll meet Storm 2 in the Heat I final. And the winners of this clash will go through to the series semi-final and join some worthy machines already there. From Heat A came M2, flicking Shell Shock out of the arena. Vader went 2. Then in round 2, they came across the seeded Pussycat with its vast experience.
The 9 seeds have gone out. The winners are M2.
We'd seen the power and FF flippability factor of M2. Could it withstand pressure from Tiberius 3 in the heat final? It was teased and tormented. It was worried, but it responded. Suddenly Tiberius 3, chased, pursued, dumped. M2 through. Another shock in Heat B. The seeded Terahertz had gone long before the final between the Grim Reaper and the Big Nipper. The Grim Reaper on top, then threatened, and it went to the judges.
And they've gone for Grim Reaper!
Heat C went to form. At last, a seed going through. The number 5, Dan Tom Kia, putting pay to Scorpion. Eventually. And then in the heat final, defying the flail of IG-88, Dan Tom Kia worthy winners. time to feel the force of gravity in Heat D. Hydra did, the arena wall did, and let's be honest, we all did! And if that wasn't impressive enough, it was unlucky for 13 Black. Their number was up. And it was thunder against lightning. As gravity turned on a real power display, the most impressive yet. How could the reigning UK and European champions Tornado live up to that? They started poorly in their second round battle against Leveler 2 and looked concerned. No shock on the cards in the end. In the heat final, they feared a jab from Tetanus Booster. But Tornado stuns, runs, pushes, and in the end, something of a pushover. The reigning champs through. The number 11 seeds Exterminator looked hungry in Heat F. The killer carrot was on their lunch menu. And then in the heat final we saw the good and the bad of Exterminator. Flipped and vulnerable and very nearly out. Then the strength of the weaponry. Tsunami. A wave calmed into no more than a ripple. As Exterminator blasted its way through. Spinning blades and formidable flippers, they're all tremendous weaponry, as Atomic showed in its first round of Heat G. Hellbent thrust out, Atomic working up ahead of steam, before its on-thrust and onslaught into the seeded Smidsy. This was Atomic warfare. The number 15 seeds Ming Dynasty had gone out in round 1 of Heat H. In the final, St. Agro and Seros nearly fought each other to a standstill. Who would prove the stronger in the end? Matilda thrust Seros out. St. Agro through, despite the shirts. A reminder then that M2 are through to the series semi-finals. So too the Grim Reaper and the experienced Dan Tom Kia. Gravity looking awesome. Atomic another flipper. Tornado the reigning champs. Exterminator with power, also vulnerability, and St. Agro.
Well, join me after the break for more down and dirty destruction in the heat final of Robot Wars.
Because one of these will also make the series semi-final. Storm 2 has power. Steel Avenger has the experience. Can it pick its moment? Ooh, If you've just joined us, you've missed the bump and grind of a terrific second round battle between Steel Avenger and Rhino, who in the end went into the pits. Well, you got to laugh, haven't you? Or cry.
Welcome back to Robot Wars. We're after some of the most exciting battles we've ever seen on Robot Wars. We're down to our last 2 robots. I'll tell you what, this should be some heat final.
It's the number 16 seed Storm 2 against the wily, grizzled old Steel Avenger. I mean the machine, John Willoughby. Honest, you're down in the pits right now.
You are facing Storm 2 over there. They are a pretty powerful robot. I believe they've got 18 horsepower in that engine. How are you gonna defend against that?
Well, every time they get in front of us, we can hit them with the axe. And I don't know, if everything lands in the right place, with a bit of luck, we might get something vital.
How are you feeling? You feeling nervous and confident?
I feel great. We're here for a good time and we're going to really give it our best.
Okay, Storm 2, Heat Final. You're up against Steel Avenger. What's your tactics?
Okay, well, Steel Avenger's a real veteran. We haven't seen them for a couple of wars, but they're back again, and they're doing rather well for an old robot. The advantage we've got is that they're not built as strong as some of them are these days. So we're hoping that a few good knocks into some arena walls or some house robots will dislodge something and bend them enough to stop them moving. Failing that, it's going to be the pit for them, I'm afraid.
This is what the war zone was made for. This is the Heat Final!
Steel Avenger.
Can it last the distance? John Willoughby, Jackie Willoughby, Tony Bates will have their thoughts.
Storm 2.
Ed Hoppett, Tim Bentz and Merrill Kolak, very confident, I would imagine, with Storm 2.
Roboteers, stand by.
Who are our confident machines in the arena? Growler and Cassius Chrome.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Storm 2, already off and underway. Up to 23 miles an hour, top speeds. Oh, Steel Avenger has pinned itself onto the floor and was lucky to get away. The 1 centimetre ground clearance exposed as Storm 2 drove in underneath again. 18 horsepower. Tries to take on the ref bot Storm 2. In underneath Steel Avenger again. Let me remind you, they were new blood champions, Storm 2. They won that title to qualify for this, the UK series, the 7th Wars. And they are taking it by storm. But Steel Avenger, as we've mentioned time and time again, so experienced, fighting in a 4th Wars and buffeting Storm 2, but causing great damage, I would imagine. What are they trying to do? Just wear Storm 2 down by dancing away. Storm 2 pressurising. Steel Avenger running away. And again turning for safety in space. In the war zone. Pursue! Crumpled out! Gone! Storm 2, the Heat winners, and through to the series semi-final. And a shake of the head by John Willoughby because he knew Steel Avenger, simply in the end, couldn't avoid defeat. Storm 2 picked it up, drove, and hammered it out. The power of the charge rippled the plexiglass that surrounds the Warzone arena. And the Storm 2 team delighted.
Who needs a flipper when you've got a robot like that? Steel Avenger out of the arena. Storm 2, they go through to the series semi-finals! Steel Avenger, you've been avenged.
I think we have.
Ooh, talk me through that. He hasn't even got a flipper. How did he get you out of the arena?
Don't know, sheer brute force and ignorance, I think.
The speed of the thing as well.
Yeah, I know, well, it never really got going for us. It's just trying to get in the right place at the right time.
I know you're disappointed, but
I am.
How did you think you were going to take it apart then?
Well, I know he's got a couple of vulnerable slots where the chains aren't. If we can get the axe in there, we might be in with a chance. But you've just got to get exactly the right position.
Well, I mean, you've got some power in that axe. I never thought you were going to get off the arena floor.
Yeah, I was wondering myself for a while. I thought that's a quick fight, isn't it?
So, I mean, I thought if the axe would have landed on the robot, you stood a chance of making a perforation.
Well, it's a fast-moving target. It was always going to be hard. So.
What do you think of this robot here?
It's very good.
Yeah. You think they stand a chance? Do you think they out-tornado?
They probably do, I reckon.
Yeah. Is that retired Steel Avenger now? Is Steel Avenger retired?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. The new one will come back next year.
So the new one coming back.
Yeah, meaner, harder.
It's kind of an inauspicious ending for it, really.
Yeah, well, never mind. It came here, it put on a reasonable show, I think. We had a bit of fun and it was good.
Written on the bottom of the robot, who did that?
Yeah, he did.
They did. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Steel Avenger.
Didn't expect that to happen.
Did you not?
We thought we'd have pummel them into the corner, and before we knew it, they were just off.
It was just a massive blow, though.
Well, I don't think we've really ever rammed someone into the wall as hard as we can. We've never really given it full throttle across the whole arena with someone on the front, and we thought, let's see what happens. And now we know.
It must be quite satisfying, all that work, to see it come together in such explosive, in such an explosive way. It must feel great.
It is. It's been a lot of work to get a weapon in there. You know, New Blood winner, and we did that without a weapon. It took so much work to get the weapon in there. It's great to see it still performing as it did in Robot Wars Extreme in the New Blood.
Well, listen, you're through to the series semi-finals. Loads of flippers. How do you think you're going to live up to them?
The biggest worry about a flipper is us getting near the edge and going out. We run both ways up, and we know it'll take the knocks. The knock it dishes out for itself. It has to take them. So we know it'll take the knocks, but we're worried about going out of the arena.
Listen, matey boy, with some of the flippers in those pits, you don't even need to be near the edge.
I know.
You know, they're so powerful now.
They've got to catch us first.
They can throw you clean out the arena. But you are probably the fastest, Rob. But what is the top speed there?
It's 25 miles an hour. It's faster than Growler.
That's wicked, isn't it?
It's great fun to drive. It's like a big radio-controlled car.
How come it's got so much power?
The motors are particularly powerful. They're particularly specialist motors through some speed controls we've had custom designed by the Tornado team.
Yeah. So they helped you out there?
As adversarial as it all looks, we had a lot of help from Dave Gamble from Tornado.
Now, do you think they might be living or learning to regret that?
I think there's probably a certain element of, oh my God, what have we done?
What have we created? Well, they've created, or helped you create, a stunning robot.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you in the series semi-finals. Raise the roof for Storm 2! Well, if I was you, I'd stay indoors. There's a Storm 2 brewing on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Coming next time, the number 14 seeds Thermidor 2 are back. Chronic the Wedgehog, an old favourite amongst the others, trying to create a surprise.
Some of the famous faces are as obscure as the answers in Pointless Celebrities Next on Challenge. Across on Pick, it's daft driving on display in Road Wars.